Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Oh, the Ilblurmatic. Welcome back to Ilblurmatic, and today we have a review on the new Marvel show What If, and the episode title, What If Peggy Carter Were the First Avenger? Yes, let's get right into this. So, I gotta say, I'm impressed by this show. Let me just say, let me just start talking about what I like about the show. Just the animation. It's really cool. I think Marvel took a risk with this show. Personally, like I said, the animation looks like really good, like polished. I like that this show is narrated by the Watcher, which is very interesting. And also just being a part of the Marvel canon universe. So that's what this show is. What if? So basically, the first episode starts off with showing Steve Rogers as Captain America, and you see, kind of him, and they tell kind of like a story with him and Red Skull, which I think is really cool because if people haven't really gotten into Marvel like that and haven't seen the first Captain America movie, this is kind of like a retelling a little bit, which is kind of I guess a downside to it to some extent. But for people that are into Marvel, like, yo, I'm locked in, I like Marvel stuff, what I'm saying, it may be a little repetitive. But on the bright side, let's talk about the show. So the show starts off with these particular characters: Steve Rogers, Peggy Carter, and Howard Stark. Yes, Tony Stark's father is in this series, in this episode. So what I like about this episode is pretty much, in this universe, Captain America is not Steve Rogers. I like the fact that I'm like, okay, this is really different. We see Peggy Carter being the next Captain Carter, okay? And the thing is, I like Peggy. Peggy's a little bit more aggressive. She's, she's like very assertive when it comes to fighting and finding the Tesseract and also Red Skull. So I do like that about her. Steve Rogers was still, I guess you could say, a little different. They defer, okay, as Caps, okay. So I think that was really cool that they kind of gave her a little bit more of a backbone as an actual character, as a Hirone. I think her issues that she faced was a little different from Steve Rogers' issues because they didn't want her to be a woman super soldier. So there was some, sexist things, the Colonel did not really care for her. He said, hey, we wasted all this money and everything, because what happened originally, Steve Rogers was supposed to have been Captain America, but he ends up getting shot, and they have no choice. Howard Stark, which is Tony Stark's father, literally jumps to this. He said, yo, this is what I'm going to do. We're going to make her the super soldier instead. The Colonel was like, nah, bruh, nah, bruh. And you can see that he was not happy that she became super soldier. And also in this show, we come across Red Skull and also the Tesseract, which is really interesting because it does tie in to the first Captain America movie. So, like I said, there are some moments where it's like retelling certain things, and we see the Tesseract, Peggy, as Captain Carter. She literally, gets the Tesseract from Red Skull and everything, and she's trying to stop Red Skull from taking over Europe and Germany and all these different places. And I think it was really cool. We also saw Bucky in the show, so I thought that worked out. We saw Bucky kind of, we learned that from Steve Rogers. He said, yo, I got a friend that signed up and everything, and I don't know what division he's a part of. So we see Bucky. Also, we see Steve Rogers helping, even though he does not have the super soldier serum in him. He's in Howard Stark's actual, probably very first Iron Man suit probably in that universe. You know what I'm saying? So I do like that they have like a nice story. Like I said, even though Steve Rogers does not have the serum, he's still aiding Peggy when she's trying to figure out what's going on with Red Skull. Also, we see Bucky, which really works. You know what I'm saying? So she's got her allies, and then other allies are helping out too. I think personally with this episode, literally, I was thinking to myself, like, there are things I really do like about this. So let me just tell you this. So Red Skull, we see him, but I feel like, we see him, but not enough. You know what I'm saying? We see him kill off someone. We also see him with the Tesseract. He eventually gets it back from Captain Carter. And I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? And, he opens up this dimension and like this squid-like creature is like killing off people and stuff. Red Skull ends up getting grabbed by it and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. I felt like we didn't have enough Red Skull, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just me. But I felt like, could we have had a little bit more Red Skull and like learned a little bit more about him? I mean, it's cool that I guess we learned certain things about him getting the Tesseract to open up multi-dimensional thing where it's coming out creatures and whatever it is. But it's cool. I think the action really worked for this. The humor as well. We did see Captain Carter have feelings for Steve Rogers, which I thought was really cool. I'm like, yo, this is cool. So you can tell that they have feelings for one another. Like, come on, our one dance. And I thought we were going to see them kind of, have their little romance. I did like that they introduced Howard Stark, which is Tony Stark's father, Iron Man. I'm glad that they introduced his character. He's kind of like the intellectual genius character. So the show, I gotta say, this was like a 4 out of 5. I think it wasn't bad. I felt like the pacing could have been better for the show. Like I said, Red Skull being the way it was. Also, let me just talk about the ending. Let me wrap it up for the ending. The ending was really nice. Peggy ends up getting trapped inside the Tesseract. And when she comes back, it's 70 years later, you know what I'm saying? Just like how it was in the first Captain America movie. And pretty much Hawkeye and the head of S.H.I.E.L.D. is there. And she looks surprised because it's 70 years later. She's still looking young as ever, you know what I'm saying? And that's how it ends. But I really like this show. I think, personally, it's interesting. I like what they've done with this so far. I think Marvel took a huge risk with this show because, let's be honest, DC got that lane for their animated shows. So Marvel, I'm glad that they're doing that. Like, literally, And like I said, I think Kevin Feige being the main producer, I felt a little bit more satisfied with this. So it wasn't like, a big loss or anything. But personally, I think there's room for improvement. So I look forward to the second episode. Have you seen What If? If not, you tell me in the comments, guys. Your boy, IllBlurmatic. Until next time, guys, I'm out.